essentially.
You should be so lucky because you're going to die alone.
Okay.
Early.
Thank you so much.
On top of that. So
thank you so much.
I mean, if you would you like me to go wake up my children and get them down here too, so you can tell them that they're like gross little
I don't think it's
trophies.
appropriate.
What you are going to witness here is the greatest mom versus feminist debate that you will ever see. Rachel Wilson, Andrew Wilson's wife, she has 5 kids. She comes on this show of a bunch of feminists who don't have any kids and don't plan on having any kids and just slays. I don't know why I haven't seen this on the Red Tree or Explore With Us true crime channels, because there was nothing short of a murder here.
I hear my husband is a woman-hating misogynist, and I'm here to show proof of life. He unchained me from the stove just long enough to be here. So
she's out of the dog cage.
How can I help you, ladies? I was listening to you earlier describe how you think that men should pay for dates with women who want to be equal, don't want to give them children, and also want to have their own careers, and that absolutely blew my mind.
You don't think that men should pay on the first date?
Oh, I think they should pay on the first date for women who are going to be wives, not for women like you.
I wouldn't be a wife?
Not if you're going to refuse to give a man children, have to have your own career working outside the home.
It's not refusing to give a man children.
No, you're a roommate. Why would a man pay for you if you're just a roommate? Do you want to be equal or no?
Well, I have a conversation with my partner, and we've discussed having children. I'm not taking away from them having children. We've decided together that having children is probably not the best idea.
If you're equal partners, why should he pay for your stuff?
Because a man at the beginning of the relationship should want to prove that they are invested in the relationship.
So what are you proving? Like, well,
I'm there.
If it was a man, I'd be like, hell to the no, to the no.
If it's not equal, what do you?
I'd be like, no, thank you, ma'am. You can pay for your own supersized McValue meal, and I will go find a woman who actually wants to be a wife if I'm going to pay for shit.
You said makes no sense. You said your equal 50% is just being there. So does that mean he's doing 70% because he's paying and there too? You're both there.
No, but I think
So
it's
how is that
showing the investment. Women show investment with time, because if you do want to have children, there's limited time. But I think that women, they value different things. Like, they value when a man provides for them, especially on a first date, a first meeting.
And men value.
So you providing your glorious presence is what he's investing in.
If he values my presence, yes. I don't really see a huge
simps
issue.
are going to simp. There's a simp out there, for everyone. So
I don't think that's the right way to go about it.
Oh, it's simping. That's the worst simping ever. I'm going to let you live at my house for like practically free and split the chores and pay for all your shit. That's simping. That's like the definition of simping.
Or just like a guy who genuinely likes you. Do you pay any bills with your husband?
No, but I'm a stay-at-home mom. I raise the children. I cook all the meals. Andrew has never done a house chore ever in 17 years. I do all of that. I bring him his food. I bring him his drinks. I keep track of his schedule, basically do anything he needs me to do to help him, because that's my duty in the relationship. So, yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about investment, I'm pretty invested. So he feels like, if I want this traditional wife role and I actually do all those things, then he feels like it's worth it to provide. But if I were to come in here and be like, well, I want my own career, and you have to do your own laundry, and we're going to split the chores 50-50, and I want to be equal, he'd be like, okay, bitch, then you can be equal and pay for all your shit. Why would he pay for my stuff? This makes no sense. You guys have to choose. Do you want to be strong, independent, equal women, or do you want chivalry and protection and provision? You want the best of both. You want all of the rights and all of the privileges, and you want none of the duties and none of the responsibilities. And that's bullshit. It's like you didn't have a mom to tell you that this isn't how the world works or something. Like, my daughters don't get that nonsense from me. I'm like, no, that's not how that works.
So if your daughters...
Why are you so entitled? That's what I want to know.
If your daughters went on a first date, you want them to split the bill.
What's that?
If your daughters went on a first date, would you want them to split the bill?
Only if they're going to be feminists, which they're not, because I didn't raise them to be that way.
Okay.
So.
That's how my parents' relationship is. It's like my mom does the same stuff that you described, and I think it's perfect. Like, my mom might not be contributing to rent. My dad makes the money, but she's contributing something else. She's doing a job that's just as equal as his job, but she's not getting paid because she's doing the household duties that she's doing the same thing, whether or not it's being paid. Like, my parents are fortunate enough where my dad makes enough money where she doesn't have to work and she's able to provide those things. Therefore, it's the same thing as money, in my opinion, like spending time and working around the house.
Yeah,
And
I
she
mean, it
raised
even
us.
goes beyond division of labor. It's more than
Right.
about division of labor. Like, I have tremendous amount of respect for Andrew. He is the head of the household. He's the person that has the major burden of most of the responsibility. We've had a home invasion. He was the person who had to go deal with that and risk his life. You know, he's worked 60, 70-hour weeks for years so that I could stay home and our kids didn't have to be raised by strangers in daycare. I mean, there's a massive amount of responsibility on this man, and he's extremely competent. He is a really loving, honorable man who has like very firm boundaries and stands by them and takes very good care of his family. So he gets the big piece of chicken, he gets the respect, he gets the love and the admiration. And because I'm loyal and I'm doing all those things, then he provides for me and protects me and the kids. And yeah, I mean, this is how it works. Now, if you don't want that and you want this egalitarian stuff where we're equal partners, he's my partner, then you got to pay for your own shit. And you got to do your own work, and you better, like, you know, take care of all your own stuff, and don't expect the man to go answer the bump in the night, because you're strong, you're equal, right? If you're equal, you can go take care of that. You can go deal with the man that breaks in the middle of the night. You can change the tire in the rain. If the basement floods and there's sewage backing up into it, I guess you can go deal with that, right? So you just have to choose. Don't do this bullshit where you're like, we're equal partners, except for when there's anything dirty, dangerous, difficult. That's all his job. I just sit here and grace him with my glorious presence. That's entitlement, that's narcissism, it's terrible behavior, it's ruining society. And then on top of it, you feel no obligation to produce future generations. You want him to just let his lineage die with him. And you feel super entitled to that too. It's like,
I don't understand why you can't get the concept that I've talked to my partner. I'm not taking away his ability to have children. We've both agreed we don't want to have children. If he doesn't want to have children, I'm not taking that away from him.
To be fair, I did say he's a pathetic simp. So, I mean, that's right in line with being a pathetic simp. You just,
I think he would just respect women's choices.
Until I die. It's just, you guys are selfish materialists is what I'm getting. Life is about me and my comfort and what I want and my, I live for me every day. I wake up with no thought of the future or any duties or responsibilities I have to anyone other than myself. And that's great. So it's like, if you want to live that way, I guess, but I'm just looking at you and I'm listening to you and I'm wondering where this entitlement and this sense of confidence is coming from.
I'm
because
entitled because I don't want to have children and I like when men pay on first dates. That's entitlement.
Well, what are you useful for?
I would say that women have intrinsic value.
What are you specifically
Well, I'm a
like?
woman,
Yeah.
so I have intrinsic value. Sad that you don't see that.
Why? How?
Because I'm a person and everyone
breathing?
has value. It depends on who's looking at you.
Do men have
seeing that.
intrinsic value?
Yeah, they do, but I said that it's different. It's a different type of value.
In the eyes of God, yes, you can have intrinsic value, but what utility and what value do you bring as a partner to someone else? And if you do want to go down that path of, I am valuable simply because I'm a woman, then what is the common denominator? What is the thing that every single woman has? That's a whole. And if that's the only value that you do provide, well, then good luck finding a good man.
It is not hatred to criticize women. It is in no way hateful to notice when women are acting like entitled narcissists and to call them out on that. Like I said, all the women at this table could tell me all night long about what they think they deserve and what their rights are and what they should have and what they ought be able to do. But none of you can tell me what duties, responsibilities, or obligations you have outside of yourself to society, to the people around you. You would say things like, I'm smart and I'm funny and I'm just a really great person and I'm a good friend and, all these worthless platitudes. But there's no like sacrifice. You don't ever feel you need to sacrifice anything for anyone outside yourself. You're not willing to have sleepless nights so that you can raise babies and produce human beings that are going to go out into the world and have a legacy and have an effect, right? You're not really willing to do much of anything unless it benefits you. And then if someone questions, if Andrew comes on here and says, let me poke around and see why you think these things. Let me see if there's any logic behind your beliefs. Let me see if you even understand why you believe the things you believe. You think that's hateful. You think that's misogynistic. You think he's mean. No, it's just that you're used to being treated like a child princess and being carried around on a cushy little pillow in life with absolutely no opposition, with nobody ever going, hey, wait, what are you doing? What are you providing in life? What are you doing for anyone else outside yourself? You haven't ever been challenged on anything because you're a pretty girl, right? I'm young and I'm cute. Why are you questioning me? Why are you so hateful? Where's all the trauma? No, I'm just a 44-year-old woman who's actually lived, raised 5 children, worked really hard in my life for everything I have. I take care of, other family members. I help at my church. I do things that aren't just for me. So when I see girls that behave this way and have this mentality, you're damn right I'm gonna come on here and say some shit, especially if I get dragged out of bed to defend, this little girl that's saying my husband must be traumatized and hates women. It's just garbage. You're full of shit. You have no idea what you're talking about.
I know exactly where this conversation is going. I'll bet $100 that at some point in the next 10 minutes, one of these girls will bring up the fact that, well, women have kids for men, as if women do not want children. That is going to be the insinuation, that the only reason that a woman would have a kid is because a man convinced her or compelled her to.
I think you're upset because coming from someone who I know personally, I'm not a 10. I am very self-aware in that regard. I think that there might be animosity coming from you because you're maybe not as good looking.
Oh, I'm definitely not. What? I've been on the show. I've rated myself. But I grew up in an era where we didn't all think we were models. When you were growing up in the 80s and 90s, everyone didn't think they were a 10. Like, all of us girls who were not going to have modeling careers or be the hot cheerleader, we all knew that, and we were fine with it. And we didn't think we deserved 6 foot, 6 pack, 6-figure man. We were just like happy to meet a nice boy who liked us back.
Yeah.
This was before
But
Instagram and all this crazy narcissistic
simps.
Insanity. Huh?
You're calling those boys simps.
No, I'm calling your boy a simp. He's a simp. That's simp. A nice boy who likes you isn't the same thing as some absolute goober who's going to pay for all your crap.
He's not paying for
expect
everything.
anything.
I'm just saying at the beginning of the relationship, on the first couple dates, a man should take the investment and pay for the first couple dates.
She's not paying for everything. She said that his family's paying for some.
Yeah. And I think it's only fair that I pay a portion of rent.
For a girlfriend?
Mortgage.
You're not even married. Why would his family pay for your stuff? You're not
They're
married
not.
to this guy.
You said that
They're
his
not.
brother or something about
They
the
all
apartment.
own a
Nepo
home,
family.
and I help with
She pays the water
some
bill.
of the bills.
She pays some of the mortgage.
I pay some of the mortgage.
But
pays the
that's not
water
even
bill.
my question is, it's not even fitting to the dynamic that you're expressing so much interest in. Like, you're expressing so much interest in not only the first dates, but that you also want to be supported by this person. And
I don't think that means not paying any bills or doing any sort of housework or like helping in the relationship. Like, I don't think that it's entitled. I just think that it's a better dynamic long term for a man who has the financial stability to be with them rather than a man who doesn't have any sort of future plan to provide for you.
Do you think the woman needs a future plan, though?
I think that women should, and this might be controversial too. Is she gone?
she's here.
She's still here?
here.
Oh, okay. I think it might be controversial, but I think women, even if they're not working a traditional 9-to-5, should have some sort of money saved up separate from their husbands in case there's domestic violence or there's divorce or things like that. Like, you should have some of your own income.
I don't think you need a keepsake of like if there's domestic violence. I think like you need
your
to be
own
contributing. Yeah, like you should feel safe in your relationship and like pick something. If you want a job, and that's equal. Or you could do the equal housework and have kids. Like there's an equality thing that's different. Feminists believe that there's equality, but you're talking about things not being equal.
I'm just curious if anyone else on the show has brought up like internalized misogyny to you.
Yeah, I get it every day of my life. So you don't know my background,
okay.
but I wrote a book about the history of feminism and how almost everything that the normal person thinks about it is actually wrong. The way that the feminist liberation movements unfolded is garbage that was rewritten history by women's studies departments. And I debate feminists all the time, so this is normal for me. Of course, I've heard absolute garbage bullshit like internalized misogyny. It's not a thing. It doesn't exist. It's pure coke.
Okay.
I love women, but I do think that women have proper roles. And I think that the problem with you and most of the other girls that have a problem with me, is that you don't understand that this modern world and all this beautiful technology around you that you're sitting in right now, if it weren't for men building that and maintaining that, you would have no illusion of being able to be a strong, independent woman and have all these choices and do what
But
you
why
want.
do men do all of that?
They do it because they're benevolent and they are good. Isn't that crazy? They're actually really nice and they care about us, even though they don't have
But
to.
they're getting
If men
something
were-
out of
If men
you.
were as bad and misogynistic as you think, they would put us in cages and we'd be, baby farms. There would be baby farms.
I think you might be a little bit of a baby farm.
Because they could. No, they could.
You're
They
a bit
could
of a
do that
baby
to us.
farm. Haven't you popped out 5 children?
Yeah,
You're
I'm
a baby
mother.
farm.
Oh,
I
is
think
that
that's the
supposed to be
ultimate
an
form of
insult?
sex work, actually.
What's that?
I think that you popping out 5 children is the ultimate
Here it
form of
is.
sex work. Because without those children,
Why
would your
are you
husband
using
provide for
degrading
you?
language? Wait a minute. Why
you
are
think
you
your
using
parents
degrading
are a
language?
baby farm?
Popping out babies. Popping out babies? This
Well,
is so
if
you're
you-
against
I knew it.
If you didn't,
people having babies?
if you didn't provide children, would your husband marry you?
No.
Exactly.
Why should he?
Exactly. So you're a baby farm to him.
Marrying
No,
someone is
these
also
are
about
my
starting a
children.
family.
Yeah, a family.
These are my
A
children
baby
too.
farm,
You
essentially.
should
Thank
be so
you.
lucky because you're gonna.
Oh my God. Did we not call this? Thank you. These are my children too. It's the dumbest argument. I gave this man children. Yeah. You were able to have children because the man was providing. Yes, you both wanted children. Such manipulative bullshit to say, oh, I gave him children, as if you didn't want children yourself.
It's
These
also
are
about
my
starting a
children.
family.
Yeah, a family.
These are my
A
children
baby
too.
farm,
You
essentially.
should be so lucky because you're gonna die alone.
Okay.
Early.
Thank
Probably
you so
early
much.
on
Wait.
top of that. So
Thank you so
I mean,
much.
if you would you like me to go wake up my children and get them down here too, so you can tell them that they're like
No.
gross little.
I don't think it's appropriate.
trophies,
I don't
That
think it's really
popped
appropriate.
them out. That they're the result of baby farm. I mean, take your little snarky little insults and shove them up your ass because
Okay.
Do you think
it's
your
women like
parents
me.
did that?
It's women like me
My
who are
chil-
doing
my parents only
what
had
women are
one
supposed
child.
to do.
My parents
You
only
are
had one.
useless. You are a useless heifer who has never
Hey.
done anything except
You're
glorify your
a
own
great
desire.
woman.
Be nice.
You're a very godly woman, aren't
Both of you
you?
be nice.
You started it. Hey, you can dish it out, but you can't
I
take
started it. Didn't you come on? You're
called
talking about
me a
McFlurries
baby
or
farm.
something?
You called me a baby farm, and now you're going to pretend to be offended? Get the
Said you're the ultimate sex worker, actually.
okay.
she's a
Yeah,
mother.
me being devoted to one man for 17 years and giving him
You're the
children as
ultimate.
sex work.
You're the
Okay.
ultimate
So
sex
your parents
worker.
are also part of a baby farm because you were born.
My mom had one
Wow.
child, and she
What does that
also
have to
worked.
do?
She, but I know
She does look like she's from a farm.
that my parents would have gotten married without having to have children.
If I milk a cow, the cow's still providing milk, though, even if
On
I
the
only milk
farm.
him once. So you're
Now
calling
look,
yourself.
we
Yeah,
don't
what?
believe that marriage is only for the purpose of children. Had we gotten married and for some reason biologically I couldn't, I had a medical issue and could not give Andrew
Could
children,
adopt.
he would not have divorced me and he would not have left me. That's not what we believe in. We believe that marriage is also a sacrament of our church. You don't get divorced for a reason like that. However, why would a man marry a woman who's giving him nothing like you are? You don't bring
So you just don't
anything
value
to the man except
you don't
what?
value women for just
Existing.
being us. Like you just don't.
I
see-
value people, but that's different than what a man would want to get married for. Why do you not understand these basic distinctions?
Duh.
A man could want to
Same-
get married without wanting to have children, but that's not what your husband did with you, honey.
But why? Lady, why would he want to get married? To pool resources? Sure, that makes sense, but that doesn't make you a strong, independent person now, does it? Which, by the way, why would you want to be a strong, independent woman? Why would you want to be a strong, independent man? How is that better than flourishing and living a wonderful life with another person?
Man could want to
Same-
get married without wanting to have children, but that's not what your husband did with you, honey.
No man does
Honey.
that except for a simp. Or some
No.
guy who's just
Men-
a
some
cougar
men just don't wanna
materialist
have
who doesn't want a
children.
family.
Sweetie. Sorry.
Sweetie, honey. Yeah, I love these feminists are always, sweetie, honey. They get so sassy, but this is going to be
You're
Clip's
very
gold.
sassy.
Yeah. Well, listen, I was dragged out of bed because you're sitting here insulting my husband and saying, oh, your wife must be some victim or there must be trauma. Maybe your wife is bad to you. You're saying all kinds of personal garbage. And then when I come on here and tell you what's what, you're like, how dare she? She's so mean. She's not a good Christian. It's like, well, then don't say this stupid shit, lady. Don't come on here and talk a bunch of smack. And then when I come down here and set you straight, you're like, I'm shocked and offended.
You definitely didn't set anyone straight.
Oh, well, The chat disagrees with you. The main reason I do the stuff I do is because I was really shamed for not going down a career path. I had a full college scholarship that I declined because I wanted to be a mom instead, and everyone around me thought it was some massive tragedy, that I was going down the wrong path, I was going to regret not being a career babe. Everybody said, oh, it's such a shame you're just a mom. And turns out there's nothing I could have done with my life that's more meaningful than having 5 children, raising them well, and being a good mom. There's nothing I could do in the career world that's going to last the way that will have a lasting impact in this world. And I was shamed for it, and I was made to feel like, oh, I was losing somehow in life. So yeah, I don't want other women to feel that way. I want to stick up for women who do want to be good wives, who do want to be good mothers, who think that that's a worthwhile thing to do with their lives, and not have them be subject to being called baby factories by disrespectful, chunky heifers with attitude problems who can't even properly articulate a single thought in their head.
My mom has 8 children. She is the most confident woman that I know. She has 0 regrets.